Salam, everyone. It is Latoya. I wanted to make a really quick video because we got robbed. Yeah. It's not funny, but it's definitely something that you don't really think about or want to consider as a business owner. You don't want to talk about like those negative things that do happen or can happen to you, but I wanted to just alert you about the fact that we got robbed and just tell you a little bit about the situation that took place because I think that is super important for you to know. I did not see any videos about this. I've watched a ton of TikTok videos, seen a lot of Instagram posts, as well as a lot of YouTube videos, and no one's really talked about this. So let's get into it. All right, so today is still December. You're seeing this video in January though. And we just got an email from our mailbox letting us know that we got robbed. So with that being said, let's just take it a little bit back. I have my notes here, so if you see me looking around, that's what I'm looking at. So the importance of having a business address. We do operate our business out of our home. So with that being said, we did not want to use our home mailing address for anything that was going to be public. So whenever you register your business license and certain permits, those things are going to be public, and you don't want people having access to your personal address for security reasons. With that being said, you'll also need a business address, most likely for wholesalers, vendors, again, permits, licenses, and then also having a business address that is not your home. It is a safe place to get mail whenever you're unavailable to get that mail yourself. I'm talking about like actual envelope mail, and then also your inventory can go there as well. It's not a place of storage, but it is a place where you can have someone sign for your packages, pick up your packages for you, and then basically you can go there to pick up those packages. So we ended up getting our business address through UPS because they actually have like a physical address that you can use. And whenever you use their physical address at that location, you get to use their suite number and then your mailbox number so that you can associate that with like your business's physical address. We chose UPS versus USPS because we did not want to use a PO box. Some things do require physical mailing addresses whenever you register for certain things. Like Shopify, for instance, Shopify requires a business address so that if you're creating shipping labels and things of that nature, you definitely want an address for those items to be sent to and to be used for. By items sent to, I'm talking about not only your inventory, but also returns and things of that nature if you offer those. So USPS offers PO boxes, and yes, you have 24/7 access to those things, but a PO box is not really convenient if you need a physical address. So I want to talk about what went wrong and what we could have done better. But first, let me just read to you the email that I got, and I will also place it on the screen. So it says, "Dear mailbox holders, we hope that you had a great Christmas with your family and friends. This email is to notify you that our store has been broken into on 12/26, the day after Christmas. How tragic. They took mail and packages from the store. We notified the police immediately. They have all the evidence and we supplied them with the video. We are working with them very closely. At this moment, we don't have additional information. We are not sure exactly what is missing out." Okay, that's concerning, but wanted to alert you right away in case there was something you were expecting that you haven't received. We are open for business as usual. Okay. So when I first got this email, which was about 3 hours ago, I didn't really think that much into it. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if we had inventory there? As you all know, we just opened up our business and our inventory is still on its way to us. And we are actually having that shipped to our home address. However, if we were having this inventory go there, unless that it arrived today and I just didn't have a chance to leave my house to go pick it up, or it arrived yesterday or whenever it arrived, and now it's missing, that would have been so tragic because that would have affected our launch. It would have affected our customers if we did pre-orders. It would have been a long process to get that inventory sent back out to us by the wholesaler. Like, it's a lot of stuff to consider here. And luckily, I didn't have to concern myself with that drama. And that's the reason why I am kind of calm compared to somebody who would have had their stuff taken. But then it concerned me also because since we opened up the box, which was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we have not been back there to visit. However, we have put our business address on things such as getting our license. And so I don't know like if the state has sent us something because they don't have scanning options for things that are not UPS related. Let me talk about all the things that we did wrong and we could have done better. So we did not consider that this was a thing. Like, I didn't think about somebody else's place of business getting robbed, okay? Because it's like You just don't think about those things. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and if you've seen anything on the news, maybe nationally, even in the US, lots of Louis Vuitton stores, lots of high-end stores in San Francisco specifically have been doing what's called grab and robs, where people would just like come in droves of people, like 80 people, and like steal the merchandise out of the store. I'm like, I'm not a high-end store. I don't have a physical location. I'm not concerning myself with those things in the news. But those things are things that you should consider, because that would have made me realize like business insurance is definitely something that's necessary to have. We did not look into this in our contract. I just picked up our contract and I looked over it, and I didn't really see a section in there that pertained to like, hey, we're not responsible for your inventory. If things get stolen, we have no liability, things of that nature. That's concerning that I didn't consider that beforehand, because it could be an option. Like, not only whenever a place of business gets robbed, what about natural events? I live in California, so can we say fires? So what if their place of business that's holding my stuff, my mail, my merchandise, whatever it may be, what if they have a fire or a natural event like an earthquake or something else happens? You know what I mean? Like, for instance, it could be a really heavy rain. We're in rainy season and the whole entire roof collapsed, and then my stuff is in that pile of stuff. What do you do? And so we didn't consider that. We also did not ask about mail scanning until today. And that was a little bit late. So therefore, I'm still clueless as far as like what was there, what wasn't there, things of that nature. And so also I did see that some places that were not UPS did have mail scanning. And they would scan your mail, send you an email, and then tell you when you can come pick something up. And I did not consider that with UPS, because I was like, well, it doesn't really matter. I live right down the street. I can go pick it up if I need to. And yeah, look where I'm at now. We also, because of this, like I said, throughout this entire thing, we did not ever consider small business insurance. And small business insurance is definitely very important to have. And now I see why. So where to find small business insurance is going to really be up to you. But I would say definitely Google it. I mean, that's kind of like a generic answer, but I would say Google it. If you are a business owner and you know where to find small business insurance, if you have it, if you've gone through this process, definitely put suggestions in the comment section below. But big players like Allstate, State Farm, Nationwide, they all have options for small business insurance. Prior to starting this YouTube video, I did go ahead and go to Allstate, not for any particular reason outside of the fact that that was just one of the first options that came up, and I went through like a generic quote as if I was trying to get this insurance. And basically, as I mentioned before in my prior video, we sell women's apparel and accessories. So Allstate says clothing and accessory retailers can face problems like loss of valuable inventory and employee theft. We're proud to offer Allstate Business Shield for clothing and accessory stores. It's customized protection designed to specifically fit your needs so you can focus on what matters most, your customers. What is covered? They have like 3 different types of plans, and I will put an example of that on the screen here. And what's covered is like money and securities on the premises, theft, property, in transit and off the premises. So that's super important, because if you are getting your inventory from anywhere that is not a place that you can go pick it up yourself, you definitely need to concern yourself with inventory or property that is in transit to you, or property in my case that's off my premises at the time. Business income extensions for websites, valuable papers and records. Again, we were concerned with not the physical inventory, but the actual mail that was there that's now possibly stolen. Business liability protection, building coverage, business personal property deductibles, data compromise, which is super important, especially in this day and age where we're all doing our businesses online, and then employment practices liability. So although all of this stuff is not relevant for me at the moment, a ton of it is. And I'm pretty sure if you have a small business, is relevant for you too. This is a very brief video. It's not to tell you what to do, what not to do in terms of like picking out your insurance carriers, but it's really just to share a very personal and random experience that just happened to us that we were not expecting and did not consider. I know that when a lot of small businesses start, we're all caught up in like the creative aspect of it. How are we going to advertise, market, be on social media, do all those things, pick out cute things, pick out things people like, and look at all those trends and analytics. But what's super important as well is to protect yourself. And this is right on time because we're currently in the home buying process, and we just got a call today about homeowners insurance. So it's like, okay, all right. Whenever we can definitely afford to get small business insurance, that's something that we will be getting for sure. Because this, again, is a surprise that we don't like to hear and something that we didn't think about. And I think, once again, it goes back to my previous video as well, where I talked about pivoting. And this is an example of how we're going to have to pivot. We now know that this is important. We've got our sign, right? And so we want to just go ahead and protect ourselves just in case anything happens, regardless of whether it's theft, natural disaster, anything of that nature. So again, just use this as your sign to get small business insurance, or at least look into it. Until next time, definitely like this video, share it out with all of your small business friends, people who've been talking about getting a business. Go ahead and share it out with them and just inform them like, hey, this is super random. You know what I mean? Like, she got robbed based on being at a location that wasn't even really associated with her business, but because her mail goes there, aka inventory as well as envelope mail goes there, it's something that she needed to concern herself with. Okay, so like this video again, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. It will help, and it's free, so why not do it? Until next time, talk to you later, inshallah.